Welcome back to the Learning Studio, where we break down the laws that shape society, justice, and the future. Today's episode tackles one of the most urgent legal frontiers in the world, environmental law. It's the legal toolkit we use to protect the planet, from the air we breathe to the oceans we share. Can a country be sued for polluting the ocean? What rights does nature have, if any? Who's legally responsible when wildfires, oil spills, or deforestation threaten lives and ecosystems? Environmental challenges are legal challenges, and environmental law is how we confront them. What is environmental law? Environmental law is the branch of law that regulates human impact on the environment, locally, nationally, and globally. It covers clean air and water regulations, conservation of wildlife and forests, climate change mitigation, waste management and toxic substances, environmental impact assessments for industries, protection of biodiversity and ecosystems. Its purpose? To balance development and environmental protection, ensuring that future generations have a planet to live on. Global frameworks. Environmental law exists at multiple levels. National laws like the U.S. Clean Air Act, India's Environmental Protection Act, or Kenya's Environmental Management and Coordination Act. International treaties, such as the Paris Agreement, 2015, climate change, Kyoto Protocol, 1997, carbon emissions, Convention on Biological Diversity, Basel Convention, hazardous waste, principles of international environmental law, precautionary principle, polluter pays principle, sustainable development. Who enforces it? National environmental agencies, like the EPA in the U.S., international organizations, such as the UN Environment Programme, UNP, environmental courts and tribunals, which exist in over 50 countries, NGOs and activists, who often use strategic litigation to hold polluters accountable. Even corporations are now being held to environmental standards under corporate social responsibility, CSR, and green governance. Famous case study, Urgenda Foundation v. the Netherlands, 2015 to 2019. In this groundbreaking Dutch case, a non-profit sued the government for failing to take adequate action on climate change. The Dutch Supreme Court ordered the government to cut greenhouse gas emissions by at least 25% by 2020, citing human rights obligations under the European Convention on Human Rights. This was the first time a national court held a government legally responsible for climate inaction, inspiring similar lawsuits worldwide. Why environmental law matters today. From rising sea levels to disappearing species, the environmental crisis is a legal crisis. It shapes how we address climate change, pollution, and resource exploitation. It gives citizens the power to challenge environmental harm. It holds both governments and companies accountable. It ensures that environmental justice includes indigenous peoples, low-income communities, and vulnerable nations. Environmental law is more than regulation. It's a lifeline for our planet. What's next? If you care about the Earth, you should care about the laws that protect it. In the next episode, we'll explore labor and employment law, refugee law, cyber law, or the laws of war, each revealing how law responds to our most pressing global challenges. This is the Learning Studio, and you're watching the Law Series, where law meets life.